Hello, 1921, little rub on Lenin here, so let's go. Some people consider Lenin clever, but we will all agree that he has had the most expensive education. I do not suppose that any man since the beginning of the world has had such a costly education as this gentleman. Probably 7 or 8 million have lost their lives, and many more have had their lives utterly ruined in order to teach Monsieur Lenin the rudiments of political economy. He was a backward pupil. He was told that private property existed as the reward of human toil and thrift. He did not believe it. He killed many thousands of people with whom he disagreed and caused the deaths of many thousands more in order to find out the truth of that proposition before he came to the conclusion that they were right and he was wrong. After all, a man must learn, and it was no doubt a very interesting experiment from his point of view. Monsieur Lenin then turned his attention to currency, and seeing machines making banknotes, he had a flush of pure communistic genius. He thought that all he had to do to solve the social problem was to keep the machine going as fast as possible. He thought he had thus found a way of making everybody rich and of paying every workman thousands of dollars a year. He has destroyed the currency of Russia to such an extent that it is said that if you take a cab in Moscow, you have to take another cab to take the banknotes that represented the cabman's fee. And he has thus destroyed the vital factor in the means of commerce and exchange between town and country, so that the people of the towns are being starved because they have no products to give to the peasants in exchange for the food they grow. This starvation of the cities of Russia made a great impression on Monsieur Lenin. It ought to have made a great impression on the cities. But he is a backward pupil, and his education is only improving very slowly. He has not started yet on the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not steal, and thou shalt do no murder. That belongs to a later phase in his education, and no doubt it will cost thousands more of lives. As we watch this terrible panorama of Russian misery, let us abstract a moral which should be a guidance and an aid. Russia cannot save herself by her exertion, but she may at least save other nations by her example. The lesson from Russia, writ in glaring letters, is the utter failure of this socialistic and communistic theory, and the ruin which it brings to those subjected to its cruel yoke.